Even though they call Trump inhumane and cruel, his policies, we have seen far, far worse. The children and kids in cages that we all saw back in 2019. Those cages were not made and constructed by the Trump administration. We found out later that they were constructed by the Obama administration. And having gone to the border no less than 3 times in the last 6 months, I have seen facilities down there. One comes to mind in Donna, Texas, in the Rio Grande Valley sector, that had a capacity of 250 unaccompanied children. And there were 5,700 unaccompanied children packed like sardines in this facility. A few weeks later, the Biden administration releases photographs that shows these pods that were packed with children now suddenly not very many kids in them. And when we find out later that they're just sending these children, they're facilitating their release from the CBP facilities in Donna, 50 yards across the road into a Health and Human Services facility. Even a Democrat congressman, Henry Cuellar, who represents that particular area, made the comment, this is a shell game. They're showing empty pods now where they were just jam-packed, when in reality they've walked these kids 50 yards across the road to go into a Health and Human Services, HHS facility, and say, look, see, we're taking care of the problem. That is their idea of success. And it's simply a shell game. It's, hey, where's the pee? Which cup is the pee under? It is simply a way to keep the American people from seeing the terrible overload on the facilities down there and what's happening to these children. We have seen things down there, Jan, that incredible things that, for instance, a number of these female people, unaccompanied children that are coming into the El Paso sector and at Fort Bliss. I went and saw that HHS facility. Many of the females are already pregnant. They're doing pregnancy tests on them. They don't even have They don't have cameras up around the facilities. At least they didn't at the time that we were there a couple of months ago. So I'm not sure that the security there was very well either. Then when we asked the admiral, who is the director and administrator of this facility at Fort Bliss, how much this was costing the American taxpayer, he could not tell us. He said, I don't have that information. But I can tell you that the American taxpayer is being soaked for billions and billions of dollars, taking care of these illegal immigrants that are coming in, especially the unaccompanied children. And the Biden administration simply does not really want us to know how much it is costing. We couldn't get that information. In fact, I was even denied entry into the El Paso Intelligence Center. Me and 12 other Republican members of Congress, all of us authorizers or appropriators. We were actually appropriating the money that paid for the El Paso Intelligence Center to run, and the Department of Justice would not allow us entry into that facility. I think that's an unconstitutional move on their part. We are the ones constitutionally mandated to oversee that facility, and the Biden administration would not let us in.
Why? Why do you think they didn't want you in there?
Because they didn't want us to see what was going on in there. Drugs were escalating out through the roof at that point in time, and one of their main functions and mandates at the El Paso Intelligence Center is to keep drugs from coming across the border. And fentanyl was up about 1,000%, and they simply would not let us in. The DEA agents are doing the best they possibly can. Our Border Patrol, the DEA, are doing a tremendous job, but they're batting with a short stick. They're having their hands tied behind them. They take fully 40%. This is a good number. Fully 40% of our Border Patrol agents have been taken off the line to work and help care for children, for illegal immigrants that are in these facilities. And when that happens, it leaves the border wide open for the drug cartels to have sex trafficking, human trafficking, and also bring in more and more loads of drugs. That's what's happened. The cartels know exactly what they're doing. Exactly.